line. Hey, the radio, big crew is far from slow. The lights no longer yellow. Ready, steady, go. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 In love with the ride. Burning rubber smells real nice. Fuel it up once or twice. Come on, fast is the way to drive. Crowds all on their feet. Not one bothered by the heat. Imagine them in the driver's seat. Checkered flag would be sweet. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Everybody get ready. On your feet. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Crank it up. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Crank it up. Finger to the sky and a green light shining bright. The only thing I have in mind is the finish line. Hey, the radio, big crew is far from slow. The lights no longer yellow. Ready.
With the ButtKicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. ButtKicker. The future is feeling.
Looking for a new PC or an upgrade to your current one? Look no further than Ford Entertainment Group, your home for the best quality and value in new, pre-built, and custom PCs at the lowest price guaranteed. We have affordable PC solutions for any budget, with custom builds starting at $595. Even the pros turn to Ford Entertainment Group to get them up and running. With valued customers from all over the world, it's easy to see why Ford Entertainment Group is the most trusted brand in custom PCs.
I wanted to save my awesome subscribers the most money when they started their sim racing journey. I started trying to look for the best deals. And I'm so proud that Jeffrey and I have partnered up so I can spread the good news about where to get the lowest price on a high quality computer.
Feel confident when buying from us with the FEG Satisfaction Guarantee. Get yourself on track today by visiting us online at fegpc.net.
PTM Racing TV would like to give a big thank you to the sponsors of Battle of the Motor Racing League and Season 7 kicking off this show. Thank you so much for your support and to all the fans that tune in every time for these races. And now, enjoy the show as we present to you the Watkins Glen 30 at Watkins Glen International. And the Watkins Glen 30 presented by Hubka Real Estate Group is here now and live. Ladies and gentlemen, here on PTM Racing TV, 13 drivers have come to the show and ready to field out on the track in a hot started lineup. Up amongst these drivers and amongst this field of crowd, we are set to go for the action at hand right here on PTM Racing TV. Hi everyone, I am the Crusader, Christian Driver, joining you guys once again here on the show as we get settled in today for the action here. Started up, lined up for position. We start with our Road Course Challenge Week drivers setting into the times, and the fastest of them all in a 1:14 state. Robert Kahn in the 21 will set the pole. His outside is the closer, Cindy Taylor in the 07. Row number 2 is Matthew Hoff in the 84. With piloting the outside of him is the number 8. That is Tyler Ork. Row number 3, we see Stephen Henning pilot in the 33 with Daniel Moynan in the 77. Row 4, Big Dog Darren Arnold will pilot the 6, with outside being the 76 Mike Rideout. Row number 5 is Chantel Throttle in the 5. To her outside is Kevin Menabase, the number 42. Row number 6, Kevin Baker in the number 87. Is outside is Dustin Sonaker in the number 50, and Jason Henry clocking in the number 3 to round out the field. Set to go for the action at hand, and we are ready to reel these boys and girls out on the track. Troubles for the 5 of Chantel Pottle. Missed start on her end. She's already going to have quite a bit of a work around here to have to get back into this position, back into this formation here. She knows that this is not a good sign for her and her crew. Needs to get that thing fixed up as soon as possible and hopefully get back out on the track. Nevertheless, though, Robert Kahn and Cindy Taylor will have their fight out. We'll have their little race out here on the track. Everybody's game plan going to fruition. A lot of heavy hitters looking to make or break this race, to say the least, here as the field gets wrapped around on the bus stop corners. I will not lie, I do not know every corner around here, every turn. I do know there is 12 turns around here on Watkins Glen International Speedway, so they'll give you guys a little rough idea what it looks like. Corner 12 is that final turn. There's turn 1, that sharp 90-degree end, sharp end turn. Then you got the little sideways up, little slip and slope snake pit, if you will, of snake turn. And then, of course, you got the bus stop that they just went around, then the carousel, and on down to this big straightaway to another sharp left 90-degree turn. Fields our drivers in positions and out on the track. And now the time has come, race fans. Here we are set to go for the action at hand. Line them up into position, put them onto the track. We'll throw the track back up for you fans at home to watch along with us. 30 laps of the distance. Off the pace on control. We reel them in and off the start. They are all now ready to go. Robert Kahn, Cindy Taylor awaiting the command and the start. They look for the flag to pop up. There's the green flag. We're off and running. Now comes the ever so tough challenge. Who makes the mistake entering turn number 1? Off of turn 1, it's a wild dash for the start. Kevin Baker already sent into the grassy plains. Trouble down there for the 87. He'll have his hands cut out for him here. They work their way around. Kahn takes the early lead. Cindy Taylor right behind, trying to get some speed out of the gate, looking for some momentum as well. Slippy and slidey, a little bit loose. Off the slip and slope, Snake Pits Alley. Entering from turn 4 down in turn 5. Stephen Henning trying to keep the 33 under control as the bus stop gives the 77 of Moynan a huge run off a Cinnamon Toast Crunch. F-150 takes full control. Hot shot in it, 4 spots up already. Jason Henry is already a man with power and a man of the hour. Getting some great run out of the gate. Looking to continue the momentum. This is going to be something you're going to see a lot of today as drivers getting very comfortable with their cornering, getting very comfortable with their steering after a time or two. But this is where they have to watch themselves a little bit as well as they're braking. The braking here is going to be extremely difficult in certain sections and certain sectors here. And Stephen Henning just learned that the hard way. Wait, take a look at the PTM replay presented in part by Next Level Racing. Came off the carousel turns. He even wanted to get a little bit loose down there, but was able to kind of shake off the bugs a little bit. Watch him entering into the turn number 11 though. Way too hard. You can see this was a bad brake job right here. He ended up shifting down in the wrong place, the wrong time. Did not get the brakes kicked up enough. He needs to be more smooth and more efficient entering in those turns. He knows he can't give any errors or any mistakes there. That was a big mistake, and that is certainly going to cost him. Well, her trucking on the 5 right now after literally going a lap down. She's trying to get that time back by 2 laps down, actually. Going to try to get it back by just out racing the field. Coming up for the pace and into position here. She's now trying to get some speed back on the track. I saw her earlier in practice, man. She was absolutely kicking it up a notch, really making some speed, making some moves. And it looked like it could have been a very good top 10, top 5 day for her as well if she could have gotten that truck out in top position, but it does not seem to be the case. On board here with Cindy Taylor as we watch the 07 going on around the track as well. Now there are 2 ways to take turn number 1 here. The first way is to stay in 3rd, or the other way is to stay in 2nd and throttle off into the corners. That time I heard Cindy's, it was just entering into it was just going into the 2nd gear as she was coming off that turn, off that ledge, making for some sheer horsepower off the track. But still not enough to kind of hang with Robert Kahn there in the 21. The Rattlesnake absolutely perking the speeds and perking it up a notch on around here. He has the advantage and has the race lead. And by the way, his last time was a 1:14.95 to a 1:14.99 of Cindy Taylor. Those 2 are definitely the fastest of the bunch, but I'm going to say this right now. Time is absolutely useless. It's meaningless when it comes to this kind of racing. You know why that is? Because the tires will not allow you to actually get that far in depth. Maybe in a 1 lap or 2 lap scenario, it will be really good for those that have actually saved their tires or used them only when they had to. But I'm going to tell you right now, I went on this track. I practiced a little bit, and I could not get out of the 116s or stay in the 115s consistently. I could be without having to literally destroy my left front or my right front off of some of these corners because the track is just so diversely tight and very slick in some areas. Like turn 1 here, I had so much trouble with that turn until I finally figured out how the gearing works, and some drivers actually kind of showed me how to do it, which would be if you end up going down on the front straightaway in 3rd gear and then enter into that turn in 2nd gear instead of 1st like I was always trying. It actually helps out a lot and actually gives you a lot more consistency and control, because the truck doesn't have to worry about the RPMs kind of kicking up a notch or 2 and having to get into too much trouble. It actually stays nice and preserved and conservative on the rest of the ends. Well, the 5 has got her last back. Actually, the official saying that she actually did not go 2 laps down because the laps that were lost was on the pit road with the start there. She is having no troubles getting back up into it though after coming off pit road when they came off the line. And she is absolutely taking back some of these boys coming right for him. Oh, speaking of coming right for him here, look out. We got movement on the side here. Jason Henry in the square D3 Silverado. Beautiful corner. Entering in turn number 11. A beautiful pass takes down Mike right out in the 76. And the big dog, Darrell Arnold, now looking for an opening. He's got some room. He's got some leeway. May want to try to dip and dive it here. This is going to be an interesting turn number 1. Will they enter in too hot and give him the bump? No, doesn't do it there. Oh, but there is a mistake by Rideout. Rideout opening it on the left side. Arnold to the right. Can't quite make the pass though. Not enough speed, not enough power there, unfortunately, to get that truck, to get that Silverado up ahead. Knew he had something there though. That's good as a driver because now that gives you a fair warning, a fair idea of what you got to use and what you got to work with. And maybe down the road, it can come in handy, it can come useful. But for now, anyway, he's currently having a lot more speed and power. He's going to have to strike strength in. Dustin Slonaker, Sparky here in the number 50. We get a look at his onboard camera here as he brings out his lined up truck. Good to see him back out here. I had a great chat with him Tuesday night as well as Thursday. If you were with us here Thursday night, putting up a great broadcast on our end and a great showing here. as well, as he and I usually can pull off on these shows and these races. Love hearing from him, and again, really seeing that enthusiasm that he's ready to bring to the table. He feels like point blank he's ready to start making a little bit of a charge, a little bit of a battle with his new equipment and his new rig. Says it all just takes time though in his end. Got Del Pato with a beautiful pass there on to turn number 1, now taking full control, entering in 2, 3, and 4. There's 2, here's 3, and then there's 4 up there. It's a slippery slope little corner, a little slippery slope little exit area there you have to work around, as the rest of the field is going to be very well aware of that throughout this race. If you hear me cut out as well, there may be a little bit of an audio error on my end. I don't know what's going on. All right, are we back? We good? Oh, yeah, we're back. All right, awesome. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. I do have absolutely no idea what the heck happened on the audio end there. I did kind of warn you guys it was going to kind of pop up. We've been having some technical difficulties here in Watkins Glen International because we're trying to literally call a race here from the booth, as well as trying to have our camera crew get used to these road course challenges. They always said like this is one of the hardest things to do, which is not only just for the driver's sake, but us as well. Looks like while we were gone though, trouble down there for Chantel Bottle. Unfortunately, had to enter in pit road, and something gone horribly wrong down there for the 5 camp, and she is still stuck in there. Can't tell there is some major damage on that front end. Actually, there is major damage on that front end there. We'll have to see what that is the case from. As Robert Kahn, Cindy Taylor will bring it right around here for our stage caution here. Stage caution will get the drivers lined back up into position, but for now anyway, let's take a look and see what happened to the 5 while we were away. No idea what had happened or what went wrong. I just know we had some technical difficulties on our end, and then we were literally lost everything else. Looks like she was trying to drive it in pretty hard there and came off that corner wrong. Oh! Well, that could explain a lot. The iRacing Glitch Graphic Gremlin strikes the 5 in at the worst possible time. She is now out of the truck and now back on the track, but a lot of time has been lost. Well, race fans, while the drivers get squared back away on the track, it's time to cut to a quick commercial break. But when we come back, Cindy Taylor and Robert Kahn right now, the 2 fastest, but there lies and wait the long haul ahead. What will happen when they have to enter into pit road at the right time in the right place? Find out when we return on PTM Racing TV. Ladies and gentlemen, here in Watkins Glen International in Watkins Glen, New York, it's presented in part by our friends at Next Level Racing. Take racing to the next level. By the ButtKicker Company, best in performance on feeling real tracks of the virtual world, the ButtKicker. Feel what you've been missing. By Hubka Real Estate Group. If you guys need to find a perfect place to call home, trust no further and look no further than Chris Hubka and Hubka Real Estate Group to get yourself settled in today. By Ford Entertainment Group PC.net, matching your want with your wallet. Ford Entertainment Group PC.net looks to bring out the best designed up PCs and the best design and best power-paced and performance-making machines in the PC library. Be sure to get yours today. And by Lightning Wrapz, the most affordable designs made at your leisure. Lightning Wrapz looks to bring out the best designs in your library. When you need the best designs in your fleet of vehicles, there's only one brand name that many trust in. One that makes every car pop out from the rest of the field, and that is Lightning Wrapz. Be sure to check us out on Facebook at Lightning Wrapz. Get yourself a vehicle unlike the rest. Lightning Wrapz, the most affordable designs made at your leisure. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, here live from Watkins Glen, New York, here in Watkins Glen International Speedway. Field right now currently coming off of the stage caution here. As regular cautions have been exercised out of here, there will be none of that today. So these drivers will be currently trying to get settled back in, settled down on the track here for the Watkins Glen 30. Presented by friends at Chris Hubka Real Estate. Well, prob right now here, Kevin Bennett Pace, Kevin Baker, Stephen Henning, and Chantel Pottle both laps down. For the 5, it was due to just unfortunately a hard little corner off into turn number 12. The rest of the field having their own little ordeals and a little bit of situations to have to hold up against. And the field now having to choose and opt to where they want to go into pit road. The good news for them on a road course, though, is it gives them opportunities to choose when they want to head in and when they want to get out. And this is already looking like there's going to be quite a bit of movement back in this. Kevin Baker in the 87 will get at least one of his laps back. Menapace, Henning, and Pottle will have to fight for that other lap, though. Robert Kahn now and Cindy Taylor are both literally dead even in their pits here. We'll see who gets out of here first. Kahn and Cindy have been pretty talkative to one another today about how they wanted to really go at each other when it came out on the track due to how fast both were on the speed level charts. And really, the way I looked at it, it to me looked like Kahn was going to be a little bit faster on the long haul compared to Cindy. But Cindy has stated earlier that really she's not out to win all the time. She's out to make a point and make a statement by finishing in that top bracket, that top set, as much as possible to get the most amount of points that is needed to win the championship outright. Winning may be a big part of getting the most points, but that doesn't mean it'll necessarily win you the championship. We've seen before where drivers get a little too ahead of themselves, and then the next thing you know, everything just gets thrown right into a blunder here. So, barring any other glitchcraft or gremlins on our end here, I think we should be set to go back on the back on the field. Stephen Henning will lose one position up to the 5, Chantel Pottle. Kevin Menapace and Kevin Baker. Well, I mean, Baker right now is the only one that is back on lead lap. Menapace, Pottle, and them are off the laps here, so they're going to need a little help. Tyler Oregon, the 8, we kind of forgot all about him there in that first round of racing. It looked like the 8 had a little bit of speed, kind of hunched up and bunched on around the track. Seems as though maybe he can actually be a bit of a threat here, a bit of a favorite heading onto the track. And Darrell Arnold, the number 6, actually has gone back into pit road. I believe he's going for a little bit more of fuel, a little bit of splash of gas. This honestly is not a bad strategy. The only downside to this, though, is now he has to literally get back up to everybody in their position, in their run, which could be very, very difficult with how long this track is to catch up. You'll have to watch him as he gets out of pit road, how long it'll take him. Oh, there he goes now, actually, so he'll have some time to catch up here. Doesn't have to use the tires up, doesn't have to worry about slamming into somebody. He'll have plenty of time to get out of there. Remember as well, coming up later tonight here, the Moonshiners Rallycross League is back in action here. We will see those boys go straight to Hell. Hell Motorsports, that is. The Hell Motorsports RX track is coming up next here on PTM Racing TV. It looks to be a interesting and fun little show. We cannot wait to show you guys here on the track. Should be something for the ages. We'll see then. Tomorrow night, of course, next Gen Cup, the Gen 6 Cup Series, excuse me, are going down at Daytona International Speedway. And then Tuesday night, the Fast Fun Cup Series of Road America, with then Wednesday night being Richmond Raceway's Venom Truck Series. And the Pet Stall Summer Series returns with a little action here from Texas Motor Speedway. The Super Money Race on Friday night, and of course, I think I will be out of the booth for a little bit, but I will be back on the 17th with Citadel Rallycross League. And then on the 24th, Moonshiners is back in Atlanta, and Phoenix Raceway will be where the PTM Truck Series come back 4th year. Should be an interesting couple of weeks ahead of us. Looks like Stephen Henning and Chantel Pottle will get their laps back. That will definitely help them out, but they've got a long road ahead to catch up to these guys. Remember, getting your lap back is one thing. Trying to stay ahead of it or the some positions is going to be another. And Robert Kahn is going to make a bold move here. He's going into pit road now, and so is Darrell Arnold in the number 6. So very, very interesting little pit bit here. These guys are going to have to work around. And the longer the caution stays out, too, right now I think they're just cleaning up some debris on the track. The longer that caution stayed out, the more laps they were going to have to work with. They had to figure out whether or not it was the right time to go into pit road or when was the right area to head to pit road. But now that everything has been cleared up and fixed out, now it's all about just taking full control of the track and full control of the race itself. There will certainly be no gimmies around here. That much is for certain. Field lining off down from the carousel turns as the two lap traffic cars, Pottle and Henning, will clear up to the field. Darrell Arnold and Robert Kahn had headed into pit road, and Robert Kahn, with a very tight little circumstance now he finds himself in, He's giving Cindy Taylor a lot of leeway here to possibly start running away. Will that be the case? So Matthew Hoffert, certainly in that Funko Pop 84, has something to say about that. Looking to win this one out and finally get a long record streak broken in the pedal to metal side. He's won in Pushing Limits Racing League. He's won on the other tracks in the other races, but now he wants to get another win in pedal to metal. It's been a while since we've seen him be able to do it. Can he get it done on the Road Course Challenge week? We'll find out as the green flies back on out. Down the ring into the first corner, and Hoffert actually with a slight advantage off into the turn 1, down turn 2. Hoffert has a bit of a breakneck speed, forces the run on Cindy, and Cindy now for the first time will have to deal with possibly putting up a number on Hoffert. The Funko Pop 84 Tundra takes the lead. Moyden moving 3 spots up into the field, and Jason Henry, the ultimate hard charger, with 8. Some serious leewaying and move around the track, but now comes the tough part about having to figure out how to pass at Watkins Glen. There's a lot of dive bomb opportunities and there's a lot of openings you can use, but really, do you want to try to take that risk unless absolutely necessary? Well, Colin's going to try a very deep drive here off the carousel turn. Beautiful corner there by the 21, right out, giving him room and backs off. Gone now, literally 2 spots up from where he was at. Dustin Sonicker 4 spots up from his qualifying position. The number 50 is hard charging around the track as well. Everybody's starting to put some speed under the hood and trying to put some power in there. Keith there saying, let's go Cindy Taylor. Keith and Cindy, brother and sister, of course, to closer. And then, whoa, 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 whoa! Hold on a minute down there. Trouble for the number 77. Daniel Moynihan comes to a dead stop and gets into it with a 5 off of turn number 1. Oh, and Daniel Moynihan literally sent back into the shadow realm. Caution's out, although I'm not really sure where the caution kind of came from in that one here, or what the heck happened. All I know is I thought we were honestly just not going to have any cautions popping out, but looks like we're going to have cautions here. See what happened to the 77 here and the 5. Well, Moynihan, oh Lord, whoa, oh my. Look at Cindy though, man. Talk about saving that thing. She literally had to do a full drift into that turn. But as the 5 was coming around, just got slammed in there. Moynihan had no idea where she was at. Could not believe it. But that was a very wild little hit. But I want to know, how the heck did Cindy Taylor save this from not going straight into the 84 of Matthew Hoffert? Watch this. There's the hit and the kill. What a save. That car was gone. And it just got saved so quickly, but Colin was able to sneak by. I don't know if that was before the caution came out there. But Tyler Orrick in the 8 also got around there in position, so he'll take over the second place spot from the 07 of Cindy Taylor. Front nose of the 5 looks a little bit damaged up. Daniel Moynihan is in the ring pit road now. And you can tell the damage is certainly there. He has it to repair though. He can use up, so that will help out his cause a little bit. But I guarantee you he's not too happy that he made such a mistake there. That's usually not something you see from Moynihan there. He usually does not make silly mistakes like that. But in racing, that's kind of one of those tough ordeals you can't really get around sometimes. Julian J. Conde saying that's not good. No, it was not. Kevin Mepe's not excited about this earlier on, and I can't say that I blame him. I'm never a big fan of road courses unless its name is Road America, but I do like Watkins Glen a lot more since I got on iRacing. I have a lot more respect for it. I guess the only true road course track I personally really love and racing at is Laguna Sega, if you guys know what track that is. And Road America. Those are my only 2 though. Kenneth Crawford saying hashtag let's Team Rattlesnake on the chat. Well, the Rattlesnake camp is not doing too bad, I would say. He's given himself plenty of chances, plenty of opportunities here, and plenty of momentum boosters, but the drivers kind of cooked around, kind of thrown around a little bit. We'll have to see how long that keeps on going as they head into pit road. When we come back, race fans, more action to be had here on PTM Racing TV. Today's race here at Watkins Glen International, presented in part by our friends at Next Level Racing. Take racing to the next level. By the ButtKicker Company, best in performance on feeling rail tracks of the virtual world. The ButtKicker, feel what you've been missing. By Chris Hubka Real Estate Group, looking for that perfect place to call home? Call up Chris Hubka and Hubka Real Estate Group to get yourself settled in today. By Ford Entertainment Group, PC.net, matching your want with your wallet. FEG PC.net will always work with your needs to build the best PC at the right price. And by Lightning Wrapz, the most affordable designs made at your leisure. Lightning Wrapz looks to bring out the best designs in your library. When you need the best designs in your fleet of vehicles, there's only one brand name that many trust in. One that makes every car pop out from the rest of the field, and that is Lightning Wrapz. Be sure to check us out on Facebook at Lightning Wrapz to get yourself a vehicle unlike the rest. Lightning Wrapz, the most affordable designs made at your leisure.
With the ButtKicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. ButtKicker, the future is feeling.
And welcome back here, ladies and gentlemen, here to PTM Racing TV. Right now, currently filed in for our next restart zone here. The drivers of the PTM Racing League have gotten set to go here on the track and on the surface here. We're set more for the action at hand. And what a wild little wreck we just had a minute ago here in turn number 1. Daniel Moynihan colliding there with the 07 Cindy Taylor, costing her a few spots and him a few spots. But an incredible save by the 07 doesn't wreck out the Funko Pop 84 Matthew Hoffer or any of the other drivers, which keeps everything all in tune. And back up for the action here. Nevertheless, the drivers are ready to get back to the action. I think you were a little bit worse, not as worse for wear, but just a little bit more ready to field in and ready to bring it back down. Gene McFarlane Broad coming on board saying, let's go Stephen Henning. Gene, good to have you on board today for the show. Reeling them off, ready to launch them down that front straightaway. The field will stack them up now into the restart zone. The Hubka Real Estate Group restart zone sets them in. We're fielding back down. Race in action begins again. Here comes that tricky turn one again. And oh, another trouble for the Stay 7, but he's getting full sent around. A huge hit into the 07 of City Taylor again. Oh my goodness. And this is not looking good right now for Cindy Taylor. This is not looking good for anybody right now. Most cautions we've had in quite a long time here with these Pedal to the Metal Truck Series. And I couldn't even begin to tell you what the heck happened or what went wrong. Here's a look at the replay. Well, I'll give credit to Moynihan where everything is there. He had a good start, but yeah, I wouldn't say the same about the rest of that. Let's take one more look at it here. It looked like he was trying to get off the, looks like he was getting set off the line for the stakes here. Let's see when they go green. The green was out. Man, he was passing a lot of drivers there, but again, entering in turn number one, not a place you want to be at. And I think off that restart, I think Darrell Arnold actually was able to make the pass entering into turn number one. I don't know if they will let the that stand. Marcy Broad coming on board as well, saying go Stephen Henning. Good to have you on board as well. Bit of a wild little scenario though to be thrown into out of the gate again. We don't usually see that from these drivers, that kind of aggression. Well, Daniel Moynihan is back in pit road right now. We'll see how the 77 fares up. I don't know how much damage he suffered from that. We do know he has an instant repair already used up on the track here. Definitely kind of caught down in a very tight little spot or bad position with the aggressive driving. Has been given 2 EOLs now for his troubles for that. Darrell Arnold and Matthew Hoffer right now going to be up in the front with Robert Kahn sneaking his way around. And again, this is not what any of the boys would want here, especially if Kahn has anything to say about it. He's going to be pretty much locked and loaded here up on the binders and on the spot here. Cindy is back out on the track, damaged truck and all, but we'll see if the 07 can do it here and have a chance at it. Daniel Moynihan does not look like he will return to the track. I think his night may be over with here. His race may be done. What a crushing defeat there, unfortunately. Moynihan was having a pretty solid season with the top 5 ends of the track, but it does not appear he's going to get anything going today. Just found himself in the wrong place at the wrong times multiple times, and it will end up costing him. Now, we'll have to see, though, going off this restart here, can these drivers stay under control with themselves and not get too aggressive out of the gate? They've got to be patient. They cannot send it into those turns as hard as they think they want to. Believe me, I ran these road courses enough to know they can be very challenging there, but you have to just trust the instinct and trust the gut. Let the truck do its work. Entering into that turn again. Aggressive end there, Con! Ray Gride on the outside. Holds on though. They're pretty clear. They're clear. They're still going. Sonic are a little bit slow on the right side. Gonna be called up by the 5 Chantal Bottle. Tyler Orrick in the 8 side by side now, mixing it up a little bit. All drivers now coming through it clean. Bottle has to evade the 50 though. Off pace big time. Cindy Taylor now in the 07 moving right up in position. Hofford has now taken the race lead away. Con trying to come after him. Can Hofford hold back the 84? Darrell Arnold could not. This is now looking to be a stretched up road here for the rest of the field. Daniel Moy in the 77 Cementos Crunch is back out on the track. Kevin Menepace in the 15 is 42, excuse me. Looking to try to stay out of trouble, if you will. Working their way on around. Moynihan getting a good run on the right side. He'll make a clean corner pass. But now Matthew Hofford, with 7 laps to go, has the race lead. But for how long? He can't make mistakes like that. Con is literally right behind him. Con looking to take full control of this one. Whoa! Huge hit back there. Kevin Menepace and Mike Rideout slammed in. Daniel Moynihan involved as well. And Kevin Menepace's engine seems to have gone full kaput here. What has happened down on the track? We've got tore up equipment. We've got being broken up pieces of machinery. What is going on down here? Another look at it. And Mike right out there exiting off 12. Unfortunately, got way too hard under the grass. Takes Menepace and takes Moynihan with him. Nowhere for any of those drivers to go. And at that point, Lord help them, they can't go anywhere at that point. There may be a few talks in the garage today, I'll say that much. There might be a few of it. Coming right around off the track here. Matthew Hofford still with the lead, but now here comes Robert Kahn on the left side, looking to bring it to Hofford. Hofford knew he'd be in trouble if Kahn got to him. Kahn is braking hard, trying to stay away from slamming into the back of the 84. 6 laps to go. Kahn driving in deep, trying to get it to stick a little bit, trying to get Hofford to make a bobble or a mistake. This is where it gets very difficult though on road courses. Passing is one thing over the other. It's very difficult to control. Chantal Bottle, way too aggressive there in turn 1. He was trying to make a run for it, lost it in the turn. It's too much action to call right now, really too much to kind of get into, really work around with the replay. Producers are saying we're just going to have to kind of let the race go out like this. Arnold, the big dog right now, trying to hold back Cindy Taylor in the 07. Moving through the change. Tyler Orrick staying in the top 4 spots where he qualified earlier. And Cindy now right to the right side. The SpaceX 07 looking to close the gap on the rest of the field. Knows if she does not get into that top 5, it could be a points loss for her. She is her points leader right now, looking to try to keep that in full control and contention. Robert Kahn and Matthew Hofford, almost a dead even line off the shot of turn 12. Hofford hangs on though. Kahn just a slight bit faster. A little bit more power there and really lines up that 84. He's trying everything he can to make a good pass. Keith Taylor saying no caution. I don't know. I don't know where there was no caution either. I can tell you right now, the iRacing officials are certainly been doing a good job all season. I'm surprised they have not done it this season. Firing right around. Kahn right into the bus stop. Almost had a little thing on Hofford there as they enter into the carousel. with 5 to go. It's really turning into a huge finish out. I'm getting kind of Keselowski Ambrose vibes here right now. With these vibes on the track, this is certainly some good stuff. Con looking to swing to the right side. Couldn't get to the corner panel there, the 84. Hoffert holds on again, and Con, you can see actually he's getting a little bit loose off those exits. He's trying to hang back a little bit and hang with the speed. Hoffert, only 4 to go. These two dead even with one another, and it is just a mono-e-mono duel. Nobody giving an inch. No one wanting to let off. Meanwhile, back in the back, Stephen Henning in the 33, despite some troubles earlier, seems to be making a little bit of a resurgence here. Looking to try to take it up there to the big dog, Darrell Arnold. Final 5 laps left to go. The top 5 is on your screen. Well, one thing I can tell you is Henning definitely a lot later on entering into 4th gear than I usually would be in that turn. It seems though he's trying to keep the truck from slipping out or sliding out from underneath him. Kind of surprised here that that's how they're playing that out in this case. It may be a good strategy, it may not be, but I'll tell you one thing, it's a good strategy here is what's coming up right up ahead. Hoffert is in trouble. Kahn with the run on the right side. Hoffert's trying to hold it in. Looking to get back underneath him. Can't do it. Kahn gets ahead of him. Kahn loose a little bit off of turn 12. Down to the finish line. We've got only 3 to go. And Robert Kahn regains the lead. Will Hoffert diving into turn 1? No, he will not there. That may have been a mistake. I think he should have drove it in a little bit. Maybe nudge Kahn. Try to get his bumper cleared out a little. Make him realize he knows he can't run away that easily. Hoffert now has given him plenty of room to strike on. Was that a mistake? Was that the wrong move? You got to just think to yourself that over and over again in your mind, back of your mind. Cindy Taylor, once again, the 07 making a huge comeuppance and a triumphant back into the fight, into the fray. How the heck this NASA SpaceX 07 does it is beyond me. She's been in the shoe before where it's just not been a win check, but it's been literally the season end check that she worries about the most. And once again showing she can get the job done when she has to. Final 2 laps left to go. We've got a green flag high in the air. The Rattlesnake as the lead. Hoffert is not letting him go though. I'm seeing just a little bit of speed kind of gained up from Hoffert's end. Is he literally starting to wheel the machinery of this Funko Pop 84? Is he playing possum? If he was playing possum and letting Kahn get to him so easily, I would not want to be Kahn when it comes to Hoffert. He will get aggressive if it means getting that win he's been looking for. He's right there with him. Got a good tromp off turn 4. Now down the straightaway, entering in towards the bus stop. The other drivers separating themselves out a little bit, as you see on our cameras here and on our PTM Racing TV end, as they continue to flail them in and flail them around. Hoffert desperately trying to keep everything under control and everything placed in position. Running it back up right now. Kahn a little bit hard on the charge on the verb of the curb. Lost some speed off that edge. Knows Hoffert's right there in it. Swung it off again off the turn. Now opens the door for Hoffert. Here comes Hoffert on the right side. Hoffert's got a chance. White flag high in the air looking for the opportunity. Looking for a chance or something, a break if you will. He's right on Kahn's bumper. The Tundras are back and forth with one another trying to hang on. Coming right through the edge here, right down to the ends of the turn. Now fighting back and forth. Nobody giving an inch. Nobody wants to make a mistake. And Khan, very aggressive off the carousel turn. Literally drove that thing as hard as he could, trying to wing it. Trying to hang on one more time. They'll figure it out here with Funko Pop's 84 of Hoffer trying to get to the iRacing PTM TV ButtKicker of Khan. Khan is just really loose in the turns, but he will hold on in turn 12 to take this one home to the finish. The Rattlesnake strikes again here at Watkins Glen. It was a good back and forth affair and drive around the track and around the line. But in this case, Robert Kahn well able to hold out with Matthew Hoffer behind in a great last minute duel between Darrell Arnold and Chantel Pottle. Sees Arnold get 6 and 7 for Pottle. And give the credit where credit is due to the closer. Sydney Taylor lives to the nickname and brings one into the podium after a huge mess of a race for her. She was able to hold out with this end game here. But it was not a winner's check for her, as the Rattlesnake, Robert Kahn, will bring it to victory lane and a striking fight off to the edge. Well, while he goes ahead and sends it a few donuts in for the crowd here at Watkins Glen, New York, time to take a look at your PTM Racing TV results, presented in part by Foreign Entertainment Group, PC.net. What a story. Khan has to find a way to work around the track and mismatch through his flaws and his openings to manage to take down the boys. And takes Hofford down with only 3 laps to go. Gets in ahead of him, but does not live. But Hoffer was able to fight back and strongly come through it to still hang on for second. Sydney Taylor, good showing from her late into the race, getting third. Tyler Orrick, though, making a good showing out of himself again with another top 5. Stephen Henning, very surprising top 5 for him after his troubles earlier. He has a strong exit of the stage and gets himself into 5th. Arnold and Pottle going great back and forth with each other. The final laps here for 6 and 7. Dustin Sonaker, Sparky holding his own. Jason Henry had a good showing in the first half. Second half, not so much. And Kevin Baker coming away in the top 10 to round out the field. What a storied race for these guys and drivers and gals today. We'll take a listen in with the top 3 drivers and see what all was going through their mind throughout this one. And I guarantee you there may be a few words around here. Let's listen in right now. Your third place finisher joins us in the number 07 SpaceX NASA machine. Cindy Taylor coming away, closing out a solid top 3 for you and the crew here. Cindy, I got to ask you, really, how tough was it just to hang on there?
Oh my God, like that second to last lap or third where I came up from the back, that was crazy. Dodged a lot of cars and finished strong. And then my cat decided to hit my keyboard and then it was trying to chat, so it took off my relative and everything. I didn't even know how many laps left, what place I was in, but it was fun. It was cool.
It was definitely fun to watch, and he held on to that line. And while I'll ask you this too, I mean, talk about saving a line or two. I have absolutely no idea how you did this part, but you literally were gone in turn 1 before the first caution, and you were able to just dirt track that thing around Hoffer. Lost a few positions, but I mean, the save itself, that's impressive.
Oh yeah, definitely. I got lucky, but I did do a lot of practice and, you know, wiping out a lot. You get used to it.
For certainly. Well, I mean, I guess at the end of the day, though, it all worked out quite well for you and the crew. So as you managed to wheel this thing into third today, I mean, who do you want to thank here for that?
I'd like to thank you, Chris, and PTM Racing, and Lightning Wrapz, ButtKicker, all of our sponsors, all of my fans, and everybody, all the drivers. It was a great race.
It was indeed. Well, Cindy, you're living up to the nickname today. The closer here in third. Congratulations.
Thanks.
Cindy Taylor, ladies and gentlemen, coming away at third out of the bunch today. Your second place man, though, is piloting the 84, Matthew Hoffert. And Hoffer, at one point, we thought it would go back and forth between you two to that end of the line, end of the chutes, but the road course definitely getting the better of you a little bit at the very end.
Yeah, it definitely did. It was a fun battle, but we both ended up making little mistakes here and there, and we just couldn't. We just had that gap in between. We couldn't close up, and but it was fun. That was a fun last few laps. That was a good battle with Archon. Great racing by everybody involved, and that was a blast.
It was a blast to see, a blast to kind of run around with. But again, there was something we also kind of talk about with these road courses we mentioned at the top of the hour, and that's how difficult it is to try to make sure that those tires don't get cooked up too quickly out of the start and used for later. I mean, how the heck were you able to kind of keep that from doing too much at you there?
Well, it's definitely easy to cook the tires, especially with a truck with not that much weight in the rear. It's easy to slide around, and right out the gate, we were sliding around if you give it too much gas in the turns. But I just tried to be easy on corner exit on the throttle and not put so much brake in it and try not to wheel hop, and saved a little bit of tires. So we just did some strategy, just fuel that last pit stop, and it worked out.
Absolutely. Worked out well. Worked out great for you and the crew. And I know this one's going to be a very big little shot in the arm here that you need here coming down to the edge. So for the second place finisher today, sir, who do you want to thank for that?
Definitely all of our sponsors coming along with us this season. PTM Racing TV for the broadcasting. All the racers that showed up and showed out tonight. And everyone watching at home, appreciate it. And we'll see you next go around.
Absolutely. All right. Well, Hoffer, congratulations on the second place finish today. We certainly hope to see you next time out in a couple of weeks.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Hoffer, ladies and gentlemen, coming away second place out of the bunch today. And the man that comes up on top is the boy that is known as the Rattlesnake. Robert Kahn wins this again. And Kahn, road courses just seem to go hand in hand with you like bread and butter, it seems.
Yeah, I enjoy them every time we run there at any road course. But how about that race though between me and Hoffy? That was a good race. It's so cool that when you can race someone clean and really hard, and especially here, it's so difficult to pass cleanly that you're so scared you're going to hit somebody or turn somebody. And when you get someone pretty good, man, it's a blast. But I had to earn that one. That wasn't a drive away one. That's for sure.
It certainly was not, indeed. But, I mean, he looked like going down to the edges here. It looked like maybe he was kind of a bit of playing a possum at you to try to get you to make a mistake or give you an opening. But when it came to the final laps, it looked like really those final four turns were where you kind of caught him off guard.
Yeah, the issue, like when I was behind him, I was running so hard to try to get by him. I think I burned my left rear out a little bit, but then I started overdriving it, trying to get away from him, and I was just going back towards him. So I had to just like take a deep breath and just hit my marks again. But he was faster than me there at the end. But hell of a race, a lot of fun, that's for sure.
Definitely there. Well, nevertheless, though, as you are going to walk away today, the race winner, I must ask you, sir, who do you want to thank for all that?
PTM TV, appreciate you. Lightning Wrapz. If you haven't checked those Wrapz out, they're pretty damn good. So, ButtKicker, everybody who's involved, I appreciate everyone's hard work and everyone who runs with us.
For sure there. Robert, congratulations on the race win, man, and what a race this was to the end.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, the Rattlesnake, Robert Kahn, coming away your race winner today. And race fans, that will conclude for the action at hand here, but not quite done yet. Moonshine's Rallycross coming up next here on the show. But nevertheless, thank you again so much to Next Level Racing, the ButtKicker Company, Hubka Real Estate Group, Ford Entertainment Group, PC.net, and Lightning Wrapz for your support, as well as the folks that created the Watkins Glen 30 Hubka Real Estate Group for everything. It was an absolute honor and pleasure to call it for you fans out there watching it at home, watching around the track. It's been wild. It's been fun. But race fans, we're signing off for now. We'll see you tuned in. And the Moonshiners here in just a little bit. Time to head to hell. Motorsports Hell is up next.